Like I said, everybody's welcome to come on. If you one of those people that did a show about me trying to kick my back in, don't even come on here. And you gotta show your face. Listen to the rules. Hello, can y'all hear me? Listen to the rules. You got to show your face. If your video is not on, I'm not bringing you on the screen. If your video is not on, you cannot come on the Choke No Joke screen. Okay? You do not come on the Choke No Joke screen. Okay? And everybody is welcome to come on. I don't care if it's Levi, anybody's welcome, except for those people who made videos about me, talking shit about me. Sorry, but never again. Fool me once, fool me twice, shame on me, right? Nah, I was very grateful. I ain't never attacked you, did nothing, didn't even know who you was, show you love. Nah, I'm good. You could now you could go and blog about this and try to tear me down some more. And I never did nothing to you but open my door and let you in my house. And you wipe shit on my carpet. You ain't even take your shoes off. So this is my assessment in the situation. I listened to everything that Angelo Clary said. I listened to everything that everybody came on and said. Good, bad, and different. Those for who were for those who are for R. Kelly, those who are against R. Kelly, those who feel like the parents are to blame, those who feel like the parents aren't to blame, those who feel she's to blame, those who feel like he took advantage of her. I listen to everybody. Everybody. All right. This is my assessment, my opinion. And just like that thing, that exit doodle, when you sit on that toilet, that butthole, my opinion is just like everybody else's. We all got one. Okay? I don't make mine's right. It don't make yours right. Don't make mine's wrong. Don't make yours wrong. Okay? So, right after I say this, I'll put the link in because I don't want to see your faces coming and distracting me. With everything that I heard, pieces of the puzzle, much love. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate the cash app. Thank you. I hope you coming on. Um, this is how I feel. And this is due to what I heard Angelo say. Once again, I always say that our kids aren't our kids once they step outside our door. Once they step outside our door, you know you did shit that your mother didn't tell you, wouldn't approve of you doing. You knew you went and did shit that your father wouldn't approve of you doing, male and female. Whether you fucking stole a bag of chips out the grocery store, whatever it is, we did stuff that our parents wouldn't approve of, right? That's my number one thing, right? So Azriel, from them starting at the concert, I already expressed that. Me, I've been in the industry and I gave y'all enough background history for y'all to understand why, if I was standing there, my fucking daughter wasn't going up there. I'm gonna say they didn't know none of that, right? Let's say they wasn't there. She went up there. Once R. Kelly found out her age at that point, he should have left her alone. That's just keeping it G, right? But he didn't. That where me as a man, I say him knowing better, he shouldn't have did it. But being that we seen Ali already, we heard about the sex tape already, we already knew this man was already mentally sick in regards to having a liking for younger women or fetish for younger women. We already saw that, right? So at that time in his career, he put himself in danger because he already beat a trial for that same type of shit. So he didn't learn his lesson. Now, for Angelo to say that, you know, she couldn't dance or whatever, then it was really no purpose for her to go up and get on that stage. But once again, let's fuck all that. I'm gonna get straight to it so y'all can come on. A day and a half or a day later, R. Kelly doubled back and sleeps with her, still knowing that she's underage, right? Now, this ain't got shit to do with the charges I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about racketeering. I'm not talking about sex trafficking right now. I'm talking about the relationship, right? R. Kelly still reaches out to this girl and she leaves school on her own. Now, remember, she's 17. How many of y'all niggas went outside and sold drugs and your mother didn't know you went outside and sold drugs? And your mother would not approve of you selling drugs, right? How many of you girls went out there and fuck with men that your mother and your father wouldn't have approved of, right? I'm not, y'all know, unless there's a bunch of motherfucking saints out there, I know there's some women in this chat that did shit that their parents wouldn't approve of. I know many of y'all played hooky before, which means you cut school. She leaves. I know many of y'all left school before to go and have sex in hotels or at your boyfriend's house or your girlfriend's house, if you same sex, whatever, right? So this girl takes it upon herself. She's old enough. She got a car. She's driving, and she goes see him, right? She go there. The parents come. They say the police was called. She come down. She says she's 18. The police can't do shit. She go back upstairs, and she continue on, whatever, right? Now, for me, at the point once they caught her at the hotel with him, you already know what time it is. Or you know that he has an interest in your daughter, even though she's telling you whatever. At this point, you got to know. For me, you got to know his jacket. And even if you don't, this man had your daughter leave school and come to the hotel. Y'all call the cops. The police is there. Boom, 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 boom. Your daughter says everything is cool. She goes back upstairs. according to the paperwork, right? Or the story is told, right? So if there was any problem, pieces of a puzzle, good looking, baby. um, if there was any problem with you with him dealing with her, anytime after that, this happened in April. In September, you said that you signed over power of attorney to him for her to go and live with him. At that point, for me, when it comes to the family, the parents of Azriel, he didn't take their kid. For me, I'm not speaking for y'all. For me, if they continue to have a relationship over a 5-month period and you signed power of attorney over to him, even though you're saying this for the label person is the one that signed. We know this nigga ain't doing no paperwork anyway. He not even signing a contract until it's his turn to sign on a goddamn contract. The managers and all these other people are doing paperwork and all this stuff until they need his John Hancock. In that situation, y'all signing the power of attorney over to the label. What label? Rockland? It's still his label. But you say you sound off power of attorney so she can go with him. And I asked him for her to have living quarters with him. He said yes. Okay. So your daughter, I asked him, did your daughter run away? How did she get with him? We gave him power of attorney, or we gave the label power of attorney for her to go with him. At the end of it, that's the end of it for me. For me. So it don't matter if he pulled on the fucking stage. I don't care about the panties being thrown. I don't care about the tour. I don't care about none of that. You gave them power of attorney for her to go and live with him. And when she was 17, if she was old enough, you would have just said, go ahead, you could go with him. He gonna help you with your career. But now, when you look at it from in my perspective, intelligence level, and not being angry like these other people, once he gave a power of attorney to R. Kelly, he can't tell him when he can't see, when they could see her and when she could come home and he could show up at his fucking door to see her. No, you gave up power of attorney. They are now her legal guardians. You relinquished your rights unless you had some type of visiting rights, stipulations and shit like that. You relinquished your rights, bro. And somebody going to adopt a kid, the parent can't just show up any day like, I want to see my baby. That shit don't work like that. So it makes sense now. While it would be illegal for you to pop up and show up at his door because you gave a power of attorney, he has legal right to have her there. You can't do shit. You relinquished your rights as a parent. That's the same thing even in foster care. You just can't roll up to the foster care parent house talking about, yo, I want to see my kid once you sign the paperwork. No, you cannot do that. They government property. If they in the system, or if you sign them over to somebody, they are now their fucking their parent. Or they not parent, they're legal guardian. You said you gave over power of attorney. So for me and a lot of people in the world, we thinking the girl done ran away. We done thinking this nigga done manipulated her into sneaking off to Chicago and she ain't never fucking home. No, y'all sent her. Y'all sent her in hopes of him doing the right thing and helping her with her career. And I could get that if you trusted him. He just wasn't one to be trusted. And if you researched him and you knew, and you said you was out in the street, so you ain't know who he was. You ain't know his jacket like that. You didn't know he was the Pied Piper. You know what I'm saying? You said you ain't know that. And if that's true, then you didn't know. But you trusted this man with your baby. But you signed over your rights for him to have power of attorney of your child after knowing this man only 5 months. And then you got to look at it this way. See, I'm young Matlock. You could call me Matlock young Johnny Cochran. I'm going to go get this paralegal degree. You know what I'm saying? This is why Ben Crump called me co-counsel. Ben Crump called me co-counsel. And I don't have a law degree. But he know how I know how to talk, and I know how to break things down legally. And this man probably got 10,000 degrees. You know what I'm saying? But he know I'm intelligent, that he called me co-counsel. You know what I'm saying? So once you relinquish your rights over as a parent, once she became 18, she was emancipated. So y'all can't tell her to fucking come home no more. Pardon my language. Y'all can't tell her what to do. Era P, good looking. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate it. Urban Opinionated, I see you. All right. So now you got her, you give him power of attorney. So now he's her legal guardian, or the label that's going to his label that that she's going to live with him, to be with him. And once she becomes 18, she is now emancipated from the family, from the mother and father. Now she's a grown woman. So now mentally, psychologically, she's not a grown woman. A lot of y'all motherfuckers right now, 18, think y'all grown. Bingo, you gonna find out in 10 years your ass ain't grown. Trust me. And then another 10 years later, you gonna find out you really didn't know shit. But moving forward, once she became 18, now she's an adult. Even if it was the emancipation was 21, she's still with R. Kelly the whole time until she's even past 21. He was her guardian. If the legal age was 18, she stayed there on her own. She was an adult. If it was 21, she still stayed there on an adult. Yeah, even after, once you signed off the power of attorney, you can never come back and tell her, yo, come on, I want my baby. You signed her over already. If I signed it, and I don't want to make nobody look like a person, a human being, looking like an item or cattle, but I'm saying this as an analogy so y'all can understand. If I say, let me see, common sense in the chat, common sense. If common sense, I say, yo, common sense, yo, you're a good person, man. Yo, I'm gonna give you my car. And I go and I sign the title over to common sense. Once I give him that car, that's his car. Now I can change my mind and say, nah, nigga, I want my car back. If I go and try to take that car back, I'm going to jail. Why? Because that is now his property. I signed over the fucking title. As you signed over the power of attorney, not trying to say the man's daughter is a car. I'm just giving I'm just dumbing it down for those who may not be able to understand where I'm coming from. Y'all feel me? So for me, once he gave him power of attorney over his daughter, they had no right to go and say, yo, where's my daughter? My daughter ain't coming home. That's her guardian. Home is over there. She is at home. You gave him power of attorney. She's home. Until she's 18, you might say, hey, we want you to come back. This, that, and the other. You my daughter. But now she's emancipated and she can do what she wants. So that is my assessment as far as how she got with him and was able to live with him, and they were not able to get her back because they gave up. He said, I don't care what y'all saying. He said that he gave up power. They signed over power of attorney to the label and they went. And she went with them in September. Once she became 18, she was able to do what she wanted to do. And this is why she's in the situation, or this is why we are here today. That's just my opinion. Now I'm gonna open the floor for everybody to come on now and give they thoughts on the interview yesterday, the day before. Now, I don't care which side you're on. Just be respectful is all I'm asking. Just be respectful. Peace, brother. What up?
Yo, what's up, Choke?
Ain't nothing. Introduce yourself.
My name Nye. They call me Nye.
All right, go ahead. What you got to say?
All right, so I was
Yo, you got to turn that down.
Like,
Introduce yourself.
hold on. Let me turn this TV down. All right, so I was
Yo, you got to turn that down.
Yeah. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I was on the show last night. I was the dude who asked about the pictures. Did he take the pictures? And he responded. He said, "Hell no, whatever." So my thing is, I think even myself, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I think the interview was cool. I think you did a good job. I don't think you was biased. I think you was fair. Even when you stood up for the guests, you asked some legitimate questions, and you gave everybody a fair chance, even after you explained the rules. But here's the issue that I think everybody had. The headline, it had her name. So when people read her name, they felt that she was I ain't gonna even speak for people. Me, I felt she was gonna be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, I heard, she gonna be on show. Let me check it out. So as you start introducing the guests, you didn't reveal whether it was her, or you didn't even say him or her. You kept saying the guest. But what got me and made me think it was her, because when you said be respectful, I don't want to hear nobody calling bitch. And that made me think like, oh, okay, she gonna be on the show. Mm-hmm. So when it's him, boom, it's like, okay, all right, she ain't gonna be on the show. I was cool with that. But now, as you opened up the show, you started saying it was her truth. Now, me, he can't speak her truth. Mm-hmm. When we want to hear the truth, we got to hear it from her mouth. My daughter can't speak my truth. I can't speak my daughter's truth. Mm-hmm. So I can look at this from two different.
But did you see the question mark behind that?
Actually, I can't say I do remember seeing the question mark. Maybe I just ignored that.
The question mark is Azriel's truth. Is she telling the truth? No, it's me bringing them on. Hey, if it's a play on words, it's a play on words. But never did I say Azriel is going to be on with Choke No Joke live. Right. These niggas do all kind of shit in the comments. I seen motherfucking people put motherfuckers is dead that ain't dead. Right. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit.
But do you see my perspective though?
Yeah. I see that, but I didn't say she was going to be on the show live. I said, you see that question mark in there?
Right.
That's for the motherfuckers that's jumping too fast that ain't even reading. Where's the question mark for?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna ask you something. I think it was brilliant. I think it was brilliant from uh from an
Marketing. Right,
entertainment perspective. The
right.
reason why, because if a commercial came on and said Azriel's truth tonight without the question mark, people gonna go and they gonna click on it because they want to see this is a big topic. You know, this is a very big topic, a very big deal that's going on. But
Right.
the question that I have is what was that the intent? Was it intentional to do that? No, erase that question. Erase that question. Let me ask you this, because you said the truth. Why didn't you use his name? Why didn't you say we gonna have Angelo Clary on the show tonight? Why didn't you use his name in the title?
The reason why, talking to him prior to the interview, he already told me that there's going to be this whole flood of hate for him, and I fucking witnessed it. So I didn't want to put his name in the joint because I didn't want the motherfuckers that's already attacking, motherfuckers telling me don't bring him on, all kind of shit. Yo, he's the you should see my DMs of what they saying about this man. So me talking to him prior to us going on is why I ain't put his name.
I get
And it's my fucking show. I do what the fuck I want.
That's why I said it's brilliant. It was
I
brilliant.
don't give a fuck what nobody think.
It was brilliant.
I'll put Azriel's truth again tomorrow.
I can give you that. Fuck. I can give you that. That's why I'm not knocking you for it. I say it was brilliant. So, you know, I just wanted to get some clarity.
You want to talk about anything else? Because I ain't going to talk about this fucking title no more.
No, I'm cool. That was it.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I fell for the clickbait. Yeah, I fell for the clickbait.
Yeah, it was clickbait. It definitely was clickbait, but it was brilliant. I'm going to go with what he said, because had you put his daddy, I wouldn't have came. I mean, he has interviews on other pages. Nothing else to hear from him. Right. But
and how you doing? I remember you from yesterday.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
I appreciate your perspective. You've seen it for what it was, and I don't think that you've been in this long to have been doing the research like everyone else on this platform right now. We've done the research. We've seen the screenshots, watched the videos, watched the interviews, Surviving R. Kelly, etc. And you just sat there and watched just what we said and how he responded to us, and you came up with your own. Now you still feel like R. Kelly, especially because you just said you're in the industry and you know things from your point of view, you feel like he still needs help. But you also said that, you know, Clary needs to take some ownership in this, because he did send his child. Now there's more that you don't know yet, so I hope you go back through your comments and see what we're saying, because he was changing the story and manipulating things to still make it fit his narrative.
Like, tell me some of the things. See, like the reason I was saying, like, y'all are invested in this and y'all may know more than me. That's why I gave y'all the opportunity. Even you came on more than once, you know, to ask the question.
I tried, but I had no sound. Oh, and also I couldn't, you know, go back and forth and respond. So once he would respond.
The thing was, ask the question and let him answer, you know, because it's so many people that had questions, and y'all know to ask the right shit. So all you got to do is ask it and see how he respond. I don't want y'all to have the back and forth, because then other people can't come on, because then y'all start arguing. I don't want it to be that. If you feel like you know a valid point or a valid question, ask it and see how he respond to it. That's it. And if it's like in the movie Menace to Society, you know you fucked up, right? You bought the beer at 12 o'clock, right? Well, no, you said it was 12:15. Yeah, it was 12:15. You know you done fucked up, right?
Just like how you caught him, when he said she drove to the hotel, he didn't know where she was. I seen you catch him. Like, how you knew she was at the hotel? I peeped that, and he was like, "Oh, I got friends who." Oh, really? You called a friend and said, "Hey, where's R. Kelly?" What made you think she went to R. Kelly? What made you think that she went to R. Kelly from leaving school. Okay. See, what you're not realizing is that that girl lied about her age. Her parents told her to lie about her age. And he said something to the effect of R. Kelly ran out of the hotel room out of a back door when the police were there. Make that make sense.
And that's the thing that makes sense to me, because
make that make sense.
If that was the case, right? Hey, Shaq, I'm gonna bring you in. Just hold on a second. But if that was the case, if R. Kelly, if the police was going to arrest R. Kelly and he ran out the back door, they would have got a warrant for his arrest.
That would have been on Channel 2 News. Let's be honest. A 17-year-old girl in the room with R. Kelly. We've been trying to get this motherfucker for. I'm sorry, no cursing. But we've been trying to get him forever. He done ran out of the room on the run. We have the girl, we have the parents, and he ran. Come on, let's be honest. Now, right. She testified that those police came to that room, the police. Mm-hmm. She gave them her ID. She said she was 18. They called her parents. Her parents said, leave her alone. She's grown. She stayed there in that room. They did not have sex that day. She said he ate her butt, but you know, on a tripod, what iPad thing.
Right.
They didn't supposedly they didn't have sex, but he ate a booty.
Right.
And then days later, she traveled to go see him with her mommy. Her mom has taken in the transcripts, her mom took her to these places, let her go and leave the room. Her mom stayed the night, but she wasn't in the room all night. Where did she think her child was? Because my 17-year-old daughter is not going to be out of that room all night, and I don't know where she is.
Right.
You see, I have a 17-year-old daughter, but I also have a son, and I'm not going to automatically say, oh, because she said she was underage, even though she lied about her photo ID, her parents lied, the police didn't catch it. I'm not going to say my son should be in jail and he's a pedophile. No, he's not a pedophile. They targeted him.
Right. All right. Well, let this brother here talk. Hold on a second. Go ahead, bro. You got to take it off mute, Shaq.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm new to this platform thing, brother, and I appreciate you having me on. I've got more of a comment, more of something that's speaking on it from yesterday, actually. Be not knowing mostly of the case, but I've been brought up to date on the case, and truly listening to Clary yesterday, yeah, I mean, me just not knowing, he had a lot of holes in his story. Just a couple things that I saw him say on the thing was that, maybe just use one. He basically spoke about when he mentioned something about the time frame between April and September, where he said August, but then he cleared it up later on and said September. Secondly, he brought up when he spoke about the transcripts. Okay, the transcripts, but I thought prosecution and the defense would be the same thing, because if they would basically talk, that means it was recorded, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
Well, we got ask LaShonda.
Yeah, is that true, LaShonda?
Everybody who read transcripts read both prosecution and defense's side. So everything that was said, yeah, he was right in saying, oh, she said this in defense and then prosecution came back and crossed her, but it did not negate the fact that anything that she said. It didn't make it untrue. They came back and crossed and got a little bit more information about what she said, but she never denied that her parents beat her, that she did not want to sing anymore. Actually, she did deny that, but then she came back out. She didn't want to sing anymore because they were pressuring her, and everything as far as them dropping her off, signing her over, all that happened. It was a setup.
All right.
So.
Shaq.
And basically, so, and then, and just go back in the day, I'm pretty sure we all around the same age, whatever. And, going back, the back date of it is, and I think with the thing about this, the R. Kelly thing, I'm a R. Kelly supporter, and I mean, truly, I am. But at the same token, it's deeper than R. Kelly. I see a lot of these women on here fighting for it because simply it's not just, if you're going to tell the truth, or if you're a real victim, be a victim. But if you're just going to make up lies for a matter of money or for fame or either clout, that's not the right thing to do. So that means even going back to the day of when some women were dating older men and nothing was said. Now all of a sudden it made a big point that now it's this, oh, somebody's a pedophile or somebody like that. And truly, like I said, from what I've seen, and I've been listening to R. Kelly, I'm damn near 50 years old, and I listen to R. Kelly. I've heard stories about him being a pedophile, but I've never seen nobody prove that him being a pedophile. You know what I mean? So that's what a problem come in with me. Now, like I said, some people might be against that, but it is what it is. But at the same time, just like when we go back to, like I said, many people have dated older men. You know what I'm saying? Even back in the day, I'm pretty sure you guys being in the industry have seen your colleagues or your people that you're managing deal with younger women. Now, if you might have been there for that person to say you don't mess with a younger lady or whatever the case may be, that might have been the case. But these women are not innocent. So the thing of it is some women, if you're going to tell the truth, don't tell something that you just because someone coerced you to say it, meaning parents, cousins, uncles, whatever it might be. Be truthful about what it is, because there are real victims out here. Just like I think, and like I said, I don't know much about the case, even with Charlamagne the God. You know what I'm saying? I heard nobody want to hear her case, but she was a victim. So what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? And so that means I just look at the thing as being overall is like I said, these women are fighting for the rights for not just R. Kelly, but for us as Black men. Why are they always going after the powerful Black men? That's my problem, what I have with it. So if you're going to make a case against not only the Black men and find out the truth, but if you're going in there and they ain't got to have no facts, they don't have to say nothing about what was truth and what was not true, then you come around and then all of a sudden that you're in jail because why? Because somebody said, oh, he touched me, but then all you know is his name and his birthday. That's the only thing I just say.
All right, Q, I'm gonna bring you in, Q. Take you on mute. Yo, Q on mute. LaShawn, do you want to say something to that?
That he's absolutely correct. This is not about just R. Kelly. A lot of the I call them the ops. I'm not trying to be offensive. They always say, oh, you guys are diehard fans. You just can't see past his music. It's not about his music. I'm not a fan. I am a supporter, because this is a rolling effect. This is going to affect more than just R. Kelly. Any woman who just can say, oh, I was assaulted, and they hold you in jail for 2 years, that's ridiculous. There needs to be proof. None of these girls called any kind of police. None of these girls told anyone that anything happened to them, and they stayed and they enjoyed and they loved and they got money and purses and everything, and there was never a problem. They were liking his social medias. They were calling him daddy on social medias up until the point that this indictment came. So why all of a sudden are you a victim? Right. They're giving even victims a bad name. I've been through domestic violence. I mean, everybody's different, but they're not rolling the way someone who is assaulted rolls. And we all see as real.
All right. All right, hold on. Let's see what Brandy got to say. Go ahead, Brandy. What up?
Hey, I just wanted to say, when I heard him speak yesterday, it kind of shocked me to, first of all, you knew about the Aaliyah. You knew about the sex tape with the little girl. Then when you found out your daughter was at the hotel, You went to go get her, then you turn around and you let her go stay with him, and then you brought in the I used to run a adult store, so that even lets me know right there that it was true about the business deal. So all of it, I felt like it was like he was trying to do some business, and he was going to do anything he could, even let his daughter stay with him or whatever she can do to make. He just, because he said he was a hustler, so he wanted to make some money. That's just what it sounded like to me. And that's what I wanted to say about it. Like, that's kind of weird to even know all that, and then you still let your daughter go stay with him.
Yeah, I didn't think that it made sense to me when if you trying to get your daughter away from him and bring her back home, why are you trying to do this dildo deal with him? Like, I mean, I understand it's a genius business move, but if you trying to get your daughter away from him, why are you trying to be in bed with him in business?
He tried to get it both ways with the singing and the pornography store. I mean, the adult store that he had. He was trying to get it all. He was a hustler, like he said.
Right. All right, let's see what P.O. got to say real quick. Hold on. Go ahead, P.O.
What up, Choke?
Hey, man, what's good?
Nothing much, man. I just want to say this, man. Like, I ain't got a dog in a fight on this, man. Like, I ain't no big R. Kelly fan, or and I ain't caping for old girl parents at all either. But I just feel like these people, like, they like super fans, and it's like I don't feel bad for R. Kelly, because this nigga is 50 years old picking out. I mean, like, you can be with any woman on the planet, and you picking out girls that look like they in middle school. So I can't feel bad for no nigga like that. You got all the access to every woman on the planet, like literally superstars, anything. So all these people caping to my, all the parents did this. I don't feel bad for that nigga, because I mean, at the end of the day, this dude got more resources than anybody on this chat times a billion. So I can't feel bad for that nigga. And not to be, what I'm saying, get all crazy, but I'm just saying, like, and I ain't caping for the parents, because, what I'm saying, you can play, oh, I was in the streets, I ain't really know, but who didn't know, man? I was probably about 8 years old, 10 years old when I knew that R. Kelly, the Aaliyah, before I could even comprehend that. I'm just keeping it a buck with you, bro. Like, I couldn't even comprehend that. I wasn't even having sex yet. All I knew was a famous singer was dealing with a young girl. It was a rumor. So, man, this dude talking about, oh, I was in the streets, I didn't know. Man, cut it out. Like, so I can't. Either way, it's like, it's really a sad situation, because she got the short end of the stick. All them little girls, they got the short end of the stick, because, what I'm saying, we talking about all these people are grown, so all of them should be held accountable. And I can't never feel bad for R. Kelly, because you got too much resources, you got too much influence, and you can be with any woman on the planet, bro. You send up her picking out people that you trying to depict it. This girl 16, 17, 18. Like, dog, cut it out. So, and you know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say, Choke. I appreciate it, man. But I don't feel bad for it. He put himself in a situation. If I'm hanging with niggas that rob liquor stores every day and all day, and but I'm hanging with these niggas every day and all day, and the police profiling them every day and all, you can't feel bad for me if I get profiled and I'm hanging, and I know that, because you can't put yourself in them situations, and you overly grown. This nigga 50 years old. So that's all.
Right. Hey, you gotta turn your mic off. All right, I'll take them out. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry about that, fam. All right. Hey, LaShonda, I see you raise your hand. Hold on. Go ahead.
I was only going to say, I agree. Everybody plays a part. Everybody, has their hands in this, but the charges don't fit the crime. And I'm also going to say, if you peep all the interviews, every one of the past girls they've all said he doesn't act his age. The man has already,
That's what I say. Mentally,
so even though he's saying he's 52, every single person has said the man's mindset is not 52.
Yeah,
not only that, they've also pointed.
He's still, that when you're wrong, you're wrong. He know that
Okay,
much.
I said everybody's hands is in the pot,
Right.
but I'm also going to point out everybody knows he cannot read, he cannot write, and his mindset is not there. So if he has a 17-year-old mindset, they needed to do an assessment of his of his mental for court. They definitely should have used the ADA.
That's why I say those who are for him should be right in the courts and ask them for make sure he get more mental help than institutional help. Hold on, let me let K Monet come in here. Right.
Hold on.
Right.
Let me get.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, I
All
can.
right.
What up?
I normally, I don't do this, but I just want to say, I'm gonna make this quick.
You can take
At
your
the
time.
end of the day, all right. At the end of the day, R. Kelly is a pedophile. I don't care how you try to flip it, mold it, or sugarcoat it. He's a pedophile. We're not going to sit up here and act like this man never married Aaliyah for whatever reason. We're not going to act like that wasn't him in the video when he did what he did to that little girl. I don't care about
the marriage certificate never got signed, so technically he never married her.
No, but okay, but
it was an attempt to, yes.
Exactly.
Okay,
You have to ask yourself, what grown man will want to do that? Period. What grown man will want to even penetrate a child, a minor? Period. That right there should be enough for everyone. What's wrong with everybody, yo? We're invested. This is a celebrity with a title, with more money. That's it. This nigga put his drawers on the same way we put our drawers on. He's a man with a dick. You understand? He is attracted to minors. We have to ask ourselves why. This is our brother. Instead of you fighting and trying to put.
Let me ask you this question. So, if we, like dude say he heard about this when he was 8 years old, how did he get all the way up to this point doing the same shit?
Because they let him. They allow him to. They was using him for whatever. Whoever in the industry, whoever the big wigs or whoever, they allow him to get away with it. My whole thing is this is a pedophile. We're not going to act like he don't have a history, a track record of messing with little girls. I don't care about this if he, who lied what about Azriel. At the end of the day, he penetrated her.
The reason I ask you that is because if this all took place in like 2016 or whatever, and you knew about Aaliyah and you know about the sex tape, why is he just getting arrested now? Why is he just getting indicted now? If everybody knew this, how did he get this far? Anybody? Hold on.
I'm expressing my.
Right. All right. Let's ask somebody. All right. Let me bring somebody else in. Cheers. Take it off mute.
Yeah, okay. So I just wanted to come in and correct something that I heard. I'm on my way from work, so you can't really see me. Okay, so when the security came to the hotel room, they knocked on the door, asked for ID. They looked at the last 2 years, the last 2 digits of the year she was born. They didn't look at the date. So therefore, I read the transcript. That's how I know. So therefore, they thought she was 18 and they shut the door. After didn't tell them that she was 18, they handed her the ID. She handed her the ID. And so they assumed she was 18 looking at the year that she was born. And I also want to say that Angelo Clary is a hit dog. That's why he's so angry. That's why he's all over YouTube attacking anybody that has an opinion about him. And this man he talks about he plays chess. He's too smart. he's a scammer, and he knows what the fuck, or he knows what he did. He knows what he was doing, sending his daughter to R. Kelly. He can't sit up here and play stupid and say he didn't know nothing. He can't. And when Azriel herself testified and said that she researched R. Kelly, a 17-year-old researched R. Kelly. So you can't tell me that her grown-ass adult father did not research R. Kelly. He needs to be in jail for conspiracy his damn self.
So you saying that? Well, did you hear him say that she didn't even like his music?
That's what she said. That's what he said.
Right.
Azriel did testify and say that when she first met him, she was not interested in him.
But they met was okay. All right.
And then my thing about it is, Azriel also testified that her parents didn't know that she was on her way to the hotel. So why are you getting up here lying? He just came on here to help his image. Okay, he wanna go all around YouTube and say I did not beat my daughter. But the way that he acts and how angry he is, it shows that he has a temper. It shows that he did beat his daughter. Azriel did not lie on anything that she testified about. He sat up there and said that in the beginning of the show, he said that anything she said to the judge or jury or whatever he said was true. But then he turns around and
you lost your reception. All right, let me see. Your Badlands, what up? All right, you're not ready. Hold on. Diva, I'm about to unmute you. There you go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
What's up, everybody?
How you
Well,
doing?
I just wanted to say I agree with Tears, and I have a video clip of the Polk County Sheriff the day he went to the hotel and they had a press conference. Can I put the link in the private chat so you can share it on your screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put it in the private chat.
Now, this is from what? Break this down for us before I put it up there.
This is the Polk County Sheriff making a statement about what happened the day the parents went looking for Azriel at the hotel.
Okay. Is it on YouTube?
I'm trying to put it in. It was 2015.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hold on. I got it.
Did it post?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on.
You got it?
Yes,
okay.
I got it. I'm going to put you on mute for a second, all right?
Okay.
This is for educational purposes, all right?
At that time. However, the case did not survive the court system, and he was ultimately transferred to Chicago on those charges. So he went up there, and that's the last we've heard of him. But if he comes back here and violates the law, we still got his bed at the county jail. He can have it again.
Have you read the article or heard the allegations? It's pretty bizarre.
No, I haven't. I don't get involved in reading, news of, actors and rap artists and that sort of thing. People who act like somebody else. I don't have time for that.
Allegedly, there's a Polk County woman whose family's here, and according to the parents, she's being held captive in this cult-like house. What would it take from them to get you guys to look into that?
Well, certainly we investigate every allegation of criminal wrongdoing in this county. If they're not in this county, we'll then refer them to the appropriate investigative source wherever they think she is. Now, of course, there's been some allegations about past criminal charges. And of course, we can't talk about those victims of crime because sexual battery victims are, with good reason, exempt from public record. However, if the parents come forward and they allege there's a violation in this county, we'll certainly investigate it. If we find there's probable cause, we'll be more than happy to arrest R. Kelly or anyone else who's violating the law. At this time, we've not heard from the parents. We don't see or hear or understand of any allegations of wrongdoing that's occurred in this county by R. Kelly or by anyone else that he's associated with.
Obviously, you know about his past because he was arrested here in Polk County.
Yes.
Would he, does he fit the bill of predatory behavior?
Do you know, any time that you hang out with children and engage in inappropriate conduct, we look at that as potential predatory behavior. Anyone who wants to be with someone under the age of 18, and certainly they're as old as he is, and I understand he's someplace in his 40s, that's an issue. But once again, we have to have a victim, or we have to have a parent who says their child's a victim. And if we don't have jurisdiction, we will find the appropriate investigators to investigate. No one's above the law, and we have room in the county jail if he or anyone else has violated the law.
The parents claimed, I guess, that they met when she was 17, she moved with them when he was 18. I mean, is there anything they could have done or could do?
At this point in time, if that's the allegation, no. There's no law against him talking to or being friends with a 17-year-old. If she was wise enough or he was wise enough not to allow her to move in until she was 18, and there was no inappropriate conduct prior to that, then he wised up from apparently other allegations against him. And at that point in time, if she's 18 or older and there because she wants to be, that's her business.
So the fact that they haven't heard from her, I guess apparently they say they haven't heard from her in a year. Did they file a missing persons report? Or?
That's significant if they haven't heard from their daughter in a year and they otherwise have heard from her. You know, my experience is there's always more to the story than meets the eye. And when you hear one set of stories, i.e. from parents, you don't have the whole thing. Maybe there's more to it than we know. Certainly we would check into it. If she's missing from this jurisdiction, we'll take the report. If she's missing from another jurisdiction and the parents are from here and meet with us, we'll make sure that the agency will take the report from whence she was last seen. But once again, she may not be getting along with her parents. She may be there voluntarily and she may not want anything to do with them. We see that over and over. So if R. Kelly started dating her after she was 18, that's not against the law. If she doesn't want to communicate with her parents, that's not against the law. But it certainly would calm down the media for her just to say, hey, Mom, I'm okay, and don't worry about it. Or she could say, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, I'm okay, and I don't like you, don't bother me. That would help a lot, but it's her choice.
Wow. Thank you, Divine Light. And I'm opening the floor back to you.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done, sweats over the details. This is you. But to get it.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Now, my question is, was there an echo, guys? Because I heard a mad echo. I don't know if it was just me, but I couldn't hear nothing that happened in that video. It was just me?
Yeah, it was just you.
Or was there an echo, y'all? There was an echo?
You gotta turn your TV down.
It was just me. Okay. Do I sound okay, though?
Yeah.
I'm not near my TV. That's my son in his other room.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
We can't hear you now. You muted it. Sunshine, go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to go talk.
Hey.
Well, so you see that?
Hold on. Go ahead, Diva.
My thing is, yes, I think a lot of these parents were complicit to knowing that their children were with R. Kelly. And yes, they did agree with it and they went along with it and they were all happy, hunky dory until they found out that their children were being abused. You see, they were quiet for however long they were quiet and then they decided to speak up. And then some of the girls were still there and their parents lost communication with them. So that's what enticed the parents to move forward with trying to bring the police involved. And then after that, Asante McGee came out. She spoke to Tim, started telling Tim and Angelo things about what was going on with their daughters. And then the whole BBC documentary came out. And then after that, Lifetime came out. And then after that, Lanita Carter came out. Tracy Sampson came out. Geronda came out. And then Kim Fox came out. And then that's when they decided to indict him on the sexual assault. That's when you got the 4 girls in the Chicago State case, Rashonda Landfair, Heather Williams, Lanita Carter, and Geronda Pace. Those 4 are the ones that started everything with the whole sexual abuse case. What is it? Aggravated sexual assault. That's the state case in Chicago that's coming up after the federal case in Chicago.
So where do you
and
stand?
then all of
Where
a
do you
sudden he
stand
got
on-
indicted. Oh, me? I stand with the victims. I'm for the victims. I think R. Kelly's guilty because all of this has been alleged for years, and then he did marry Aaliyah. But before Aaliyah, there was Tiffany Hawkins, and there was Javante, and there was Ebony, and all these other girls, and then came Aaliyah, and then came Rashonda, and then came Rashonda's cousin, and came all these other girls in between them, Montina Woods and Patrice Jones, and all these other girls that came along in between that. And, society has chose to ignore it, and the industry chose to ignore it because R. Kelly is a cash cow. People got over on R. Kelly because he didn't know how to read, he didn't know how to write. There you go. Let's take advantage of him. He took advantage of people, people took advantage of him. It's been like, I see that it's been like a two-way street his whole life. Everybody goes tit for tat. In his life, people tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat.
Right,
so you can say some rumors aren't true and some rumors are true.
All right, cool.
Say it again,
I'm
sir?
gonna let Sunshine come in.
Oh, I thought somebody said something.
All right, Sunshine.
I'm trying. Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Am I dragging or anything? No.
No, we hear you. You good.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna say this is why I love our people. Because although it's like we're divided with our opinions about what took place, what didn't take place, we still are there for each other to a certain degree. Because I believe that there are real victims, and then this case is just different because it was it's a lot of money motivation behind it. It's a lot of, we're in the age of social media now, so there's a lot of fame motivation behind it, and we're seeing lies. It's like the victim could tell their truth, and then you'll have people that won't even look themselves in a position of what they feel like would have happened if it was them or what happened to them. The victim could tell their truth and people won't even believe them. For instance, Azriel admitted that her parents sent her there, with intention to set R. Kelly up. But I'm gonna put all of that to the side. I really liked the young women, but he also liked the older women. If he only liked the younger women, why was there a need to lie about their age? Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, I'm looking at Beyonce. Okay, so Beyonce and Jay-Z, they are 11 years apart. Aaliyah and R. Kelly are 12 years apart. Jay-Z supposedly dated Aaliyah as well. So it's like, I just feel like it's real important for us to just remember that there are real victims out there in the world, but when shady stuff come along, we have to be able to separate the fakeness. We have to be able to separate frauds from the real victims. Like my stuff, but in this, it's just so many people, so many snakes around one person. I'm calling it like I see it. I'm biased. It's not about being a fan. I'm with most of everybody else, but I'm calling it like I see it. You have some young girls that are slower than others, but you have some young girls that are very, very fast. In Azriel case, her stepfather, people keep that's her stepfather, not her biological father. Her stepfather, he's seen dollar signs, and it's evident. Did Azriel go through a couple of things? I really do believe she did. But guess what? I went through a couple of things with little Bobo around the hood. Bum ass ain't had no money. I wish he did. But I was one of them young girls. I could not stand older grown men that got fresh with young girls. But I had homegirls at my school. They were all for dating, guys that were older. So everyone don't fit into this box. So we just gotta keep in mind that everything is bigger than R. Kelly, that this is bigger than R. Kelly, and we have to support our Black men. What has happened here is not worth this man losing his freedom in his life. It is just not, because they enjoyed the roots and everything else. It's not worth it. And that's just how I feel.
All right. I appreciate that.
And I feel the same way about how you feel.
I ain't mean, go ahead, say that again.
Divine. You mentioned that it was Diva Divine. She mentioned that when the abuse came along, you put the link of the Polk County case, put the link of where there was actual abuse, put the link of police reports from abuse. You said that everything happened once they realized their kids was being abused. So share the link to where he was actually where they were being abused at. And we'll wait.
I'll play it. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna let her respond.
How can I share that link?
Put it back in the private chat.
How can I share that link? I don't own R. Kelly's phones, and I don't own. How can I share that link when I do not own R. Kelly's cell phones? I do not own his iPads. I do not own any of his personal items to show abuse. So how can you even ask me a question like that? You put it out there in the
atmosphere. You said it. You put it out there in the atmosphere. That's how stuff gets started. You said it.
Yeah, because remember, Asante McGee went to Tim, and she had told them what was going on in the house. And then they went and did a press conference. Don't you guys remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
Doesn't anybody
remember? Yeah, I remember that. I think a lot of us remember that. Do you also remember Asante McGee is a very well-known liar? She's been proven to lie on almost every corner for $1. She was stealing money from the guy. And that's proven. Her own daughter threw her under the bus, told how she was lying, saying that she was being held captive when she was going home checking on her kids every other day or every other couple of days. We heard that from her daughter's mouth. So it's not about picking and choosing what we want to be correct. It's about just keeping it real. We through this whole thing, we just got to be real. There are predators out there. I'm not saying he's not wrong for nothing, but we got to be real. Most of us was fucking at 17. I was fucking at 17. I probably wasn't janging out of both pants legs, but most of us was fucking at 17. This girl was in a position, her parents seen dollar signs. They sent her to that hotel to handle business. And she went to do what she went to do. And it would have been glorious if it would have worked out for her. They knew where she was for 4 whole years. But looked like all the people behind the scenes got to the money. The money started dwindling up. So now everybody looking for, okay, where the money at? So now he in a bad spot. Last I looked, they was chilling at the Trump Hotel. I'm like, they living it up. They got it made. They got purses better than me, earrings, coming on there looking good, weaves bad. So it's just we gotta hold on to what's the truth. Don't there are predators out there for real. I know because I've been there, but when it comes to victims, they can't get in the position of a victim and then just make and fool us to the point to where we don't recognize what a victim is. So this man's life, like, and then one more thing before I get off of here. Yeah. Aaliyah, regardless of what we've heard about Aaliyah, said about Aaliyah, we've heard she been with R. Kelly, slept with R. Kelly. I've watched on like 4 different interviews. This girl said out of her mouth that it was nothing. That's what she said out her mouth. So we have to respect that. We cannot make Aaliyah a victim. If she, in the same note that she said it was nothing, she spoke highly of that guy. She was like, "Oh, Robert, you know, he's wonderful, but it wasn't what." So perhaps it was a publicity stunt. We don't know that. We just can't speak on what we don't know. So we can't just throw our man up under the bus. We can't just throw our black men up under the bus because that's what these crackers want us to do. It's all set up to pin us up against each other to get that $1 billion catalog, just like with Michael and Prince. And we have to stick together. So it's bigger than us, you know, debating here and there. Debate, you know, we go at each other's throats, but at the end of the day, we love each other. We gonna get out there and march. Something happened to one of us, I'm gonna get out there for you, Choke. I'm gonna be out there on the corner for K Monet, for Diva, all y'all. We have to remember we got to be there for each other at the end of the day. But these victims here, be honest.
Right. All right, hold on. Let me get Tears back in because she got cut off. Tears, you ready?
Hold on. Okay, like I was trying to say before my phone dropped, Angelo sit up there in the beginning of the call of the live stating that everything Ann said in the jury to the jury or the judge or whatever he said, it was true. He said it was true. But then he goes back and says she lied, but she only lied when it's about him beating her. You know what I mean? So she told the truth about everything else, but just not about her parents beating her. That's the only reason why he came on your live, because he wanted to put that out there. He's only worried about his fucking image. He don't give a damn about his daughter. Otherwise, you wouldn't have kept sending her back to R. Kelly. He sent her back twice to R. Kelly. And also, I just want to say something. I'm tired of people saying I was having sex at 17. And so what? If you was having sex with a grown man at 17, that grown man is wrong. And he needs to be held accountable. There's a problem with the Black community. Y'all want to say, well, he did it, they did it, they did it. Right now.
Tears, your reception's bad. Hey, Pieces, what up?
Hey. Yeah, I want to send you a link as well, if that's possible. So I'm about to put it in the chat for you so I can share a link as well.
In the private chat?
Yeah, I guess it's the private chat. Yeah.
Okay, what is this link?
This one is for, since someone brought up Asante McGee, I just want to show you how non-creditable some of these alleged victims are and how they were coached even in the process of an actual interview that was being broadcasted live on national TV.
Okay, pause for a second. I'm going to play what you think. Introduce yourself real quick.
Oh, hey, everybody. Hey, Choke, first of all, hello to the host. Thank you for having me on the platform and everybody that's on the panel and everybody in the chat. I am Pieces of the Puzzle, a.k.a. Hollywood Next.
All right, hold on.
Day for months in.
File thing. R. Kelly.
I feel like, you know, there's more important there's more important opinions than mine out here to be expressed. And I feel like there's more people out there that have, they're probably closer to the situation that might have a better opinion and a better view on what's going on. So I want to give them that chance to speak. But as somebody speaking from the outside, I want people to know what this kind of looks like. It's looking all kinds of crazy. You know what I mean? Out here, we're looking all kinds of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like we're all a monolith. Like, we all should galvanize behind one idea. But at the same time, I mean, it's like we're hanging the brother out here, but it's not like we're looking at it like we're hanging ourselves too at the same time. You know what I mean? Like the same way that we're pointing fingers at the accusers and even at Kelly himself. People are also looking at us. I don't know if people actually realize that could be any one of us there. You know what I mean? That could be any one of us there. So I want us all to think about these things as we move forward and continue the dialogue. That's about it. Now, Joe, my brother, man, again, I got to give you props.
Thank you, brother.
I got to give you props. I appreciate you too, brother. I love the fact that you're able to do these things and be able to have the foresight to allow these things to happen. And again, I want to shout out Piece of the Puzzle, Brother Gray, LaShonda, Brandy, Sunshine Frank, and K Monet. Peace to all you people, beautiful people out there. I love all y'all. And I don't mind you don't even have to have me on screen, Choke. I love the dialogue. I'm here for that, right? And the support. So peace to everybody out there.
I appreciate it. All right, one.
All right.
I like that, brother. Let me bring LaShonda back on because she's been on for a long time. She patiently waiting. Come back on, LaShonda.
Hey. I also wanted to, put it out there for some people. Just because something is a rumor, and it doesn't matter how long it's been a rumor, once it started, it doesn't go away. So, like, just as easily, I'm not gonna lie. Somebody said something about you earlier that can be ran with, and just because of the platform that he's on, once you get that stigma, it does not go away. Akon said it best. It's easier to pay these girls rather than get that publicity because the stigma sticks with you. Every time that man did any kind of interview, they tore his butt up. I mean, even the interview where he said, when you say teen, what do you mean? And if you watch the rest of that video, he explained what he's saying. Do I talk to people underage? No. But just because he made that initial statement, what do you mean when you say teen? They ripped his butt up because he already had the stigma on him. So then he stopped going and speaking in the media. And when he just did his Gayle King interview, look how they ripped him up. But in reality, all he did was show emotion. He's being accused of all kind of heinous things. Any man would have reacted like that. I would have reacted like that. I would have cussed everybody the fuck. Sorry. I would have cussed everybody out. And then I would have been the angry Black woman. Why can't we show emotions without people assuming that now we're dangerous? Now we're this, now we're that. No. Like, y'all have to be mindful of what the media is doing. Like, I'm not going to mention the jab, but pay attention. They spin the narrative the way they want the narrative spun. And I feel like our Black men always get a stigma put on them early so that it can take them down later. Period. Prince, he had that gay thing going. But I mean, that never affected him. Michael Jackson had the pedophile thing. R. Kelly has the pedophile thing. Let's see, Bill Cosby, now the Quaalude, but we see how that turned out. And he said these women were not unknowing. Like, he told them that he was giving them these pills and they took them and then they came back and claimed these things. Like, they were not victims. They were willing participants. If we don't watch out, our next Black men are going to be Denzel and Samuel L. Jackson. Come on, y'all. Stick behind our people. You don't see none of these white people, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, you don't see none of these white people going after they white men like this. Right. Like, be mindful of what you're doing out here. You are helping them and being utilized as tools to tear down our own people. They are not the ones out here protesting, but they're the ones saying, oh, you should be mad. Pay attention.
All right, hold on.
Okay,
Let me bring in the brother here. Brother Gray. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
What's up? Yes, we can.
All right, peace and blessings to everybody. I just want to chime in on this real quick. You know, the way I see things are going with this media, the more I pay attention to what the things that people are saying, they starting off with accusations. They don't even provide any proof, and that's the problem. You can't keep throwing accusations out there. First off, I want to start with, how does a case from Chicago, Illinois, get started in Chicago, Illinois, all the way end up in New York? When the last time a New York case ended up in Chicago? Can anybody answer that question? When the last time a New York case ended up in Chicago, Illinois?
That's it?
No, I have a question. When the last time a New York case ended up in Chicago, Illinois? That's a problem. That's a problem. If you gotta open your mind to that. That's a problem, because you never heard a case jump from one state to another, and then you got another state all the way in Minnesota somewhere. That's unheard of. These issues that people are running with, these claims, and they're not providing any evidence, is a problem. And then having it jump from one state to another, that's an issue too. So these are signs that show me plenty of inconsistencies. It shows me that people are not doing their homework. I like to hear from the people that was actually in the courtroom, because you have more proper dialogue. And if you were not in that courtroom, then you don't have the experience that you in the field, that the evidence of what happened in that court, that happened in that case. The evidence is all in their hands when it comes to the prosecution, right? And we don't even got clarity on that. I mean, 1 minute he's charged for child pornography. 1 minute he's charged for an old law that was made hundreds of years ago for a man act. That's when the black man was dating the white man, so they had to create that law. You got laws all over the place. They don't know what to charge him with. You got attorneys that was in the case, then jump out of the case. You got a lot of stuff that's going all over the place.
Okay. Brandy, you got something to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, if you think about it, it's a little suspicious when all of a sudden every black male that is famous is being charged with the same thing or in that same scenario. It's really fishy to me that, okay, why are they? And at first it was the pills, people just overdosing. They can't use that anymore. That getting played out now. The children, the pedophilia and things like that. It's just, if you think about it, come on now, everybody getting charged for the same thing. You can't even switch it up to even make it seem like it's not that, because it ain't. I mean, it just don't make no sense.
Right. Okay. Well, look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let everybody here get their final arguments. Y'all can say everybody gonna get they last say so, whatever you want. I'm gonna start with K Monet. You ready, K Monet?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. This is all I want to say. what I was, the point I was trying to make earlier is that, okay, I don't know, like, as far as what's true, what's not true with Azriel. All I'm looking at the bigger picture, all right? All I'm saying is that our brother, R. Kelly, has a history. He has a track record of messing with minors. This is just me, okay? He has a history. What I'm saying is, first of all, look at it this way. R. Kelly really needs some type of therapy. It's a trickle down effect. He talked about how his sister molested him, right? Instead of him going to get help, he poured that hurt on others. He did the same thing what his sister did to him. Now, the way I'm looking at it is that he's in jail. God is dealing with R. Kelly. Trust me. I feel like karma came. I feel like karma came and bit R. Kelly, and God said, enough is enough. God can turn this whole thing around, and R. Kelly can be home. R. Kelly needs to get some help. All he have to do is repent, ask God to forgive him for all that he's done, and Kelly will be home. All I'm saying is that this man has in history. We know that he has in history. Now, whether it's true with Asriel or whatever, he has messed with little girls. He just needs to get help. Write that brother, talk to that brother, pray for him. Because right now he's off the street and he cannot do it to no one else's child. And right now he's dealing with it. Trust him, and God is dealing with it. And if he's sincere and he wants to get help and figure out why he's the way he is, God will bring R. Kelly home. That's all I want to say. But we're not going to sit up here and act like because I'm pretty sure that everyone that's on this panel, you would not trust your child. Okay, because he's an adult, but at the same time, you would not trust your child in the room with R. Kelly, off the strength of his track record and the fact that you're not going to let your child be around some grown man. Now, I'm not going to say those parents did not sell their kids, because you have some parents that's money hungry. Yeah. And there's some loopholes and a lot of stuff. It's some loopholes with Homeboy, that was on the panel last night talking about, the situation with Azriel. It's some loopholes in there, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. That's all I'm saying. He has a history, y'all. Let's pray for him. Let's pray that he gets help.
Okay, baby. We appreciate that. All right. I'm going to let Sunshine say her final for the night. Hit the mute button. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to keep it short. One of my most favorite movies, one of my most favorite movies is Dirty Dancing. And don't y'all know, in that movie, Johnny, I think he trains the little white chick to dance, and she's actually underage. And a celebrated love story. So however y'all take that. But I just want y'all to just always let's not forget, it's nothing more beautiful and intimidating on this earth than the black woman and the black man. They want us to forget that as being reverse psychology for so long. So just regardless of what, we gonna deal with this. We gonna work this out. We gonna debate. We gonna jump from channel to channel, from you choke to, I know you don't want me to call out no other people, but I just have to. It's Spitting, infamous Sylvia Pieces.
I ain't shouting. I'm not giving nobody else no shout outs. They make people making videos about me. I'm sorry. I love you, baby. You want to say something else? I'll take you off mute now. Okay, go ahead.
And that's where it's still, y'all need to come together. Y'all, it's still division. Like most of their people found you through them. Like I found you through them. So regardless of what, y'all just got to find a way to come together.
Yeah,
All the division is unnecessary.
I do try to come. You see how tonight I bring everybody on. Somebody might go and try to kick my back in tomorrow because somebody on here says something that they don't agree with. That I'm just giving people the opportunity so we all could come together. But once I show you the love and you show me hate, I'm not gonna allow you to do it again. That's all.
I think it's gonna go a little bit better for you tomorrow, Choke. I think we all kind of in a better place.
I'm praying.
I think we're in a better place. We appreciate you. We definitely do.
Okay, cool. I appreciate you too.
And the rest of them. We appreciate all y'all.
All right. Hold on. Brandy, I can't see you. You there? Whoever this gym dropper is, you're not on the screen. I'm not doing no voice, Joyce. If we don't see you, we can't talk to you. Brandy, you got any last words?
Nah, I was gonna. No, I think I said that last thing about it's looking kind of fishy. Just looking kind of fishy. Then that magical number 17. Everybody's 17. You know, right before 18. It's kind of fishy. It's just fishy. You gotta look at all that stuff. It's just too fishy for me. Then that little in that press conference. Ooh, you can if you smart, you can see that was some bull for real.
All right, now hold on. Okay, let me see. You didn't. You just coming on. So, guys, you could shoot. What you got to say? Shy Jim Dropper, go ahead. Take it off mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead, you can talk. All right, man. She got cut off. All right. Shonda, it's yours.
Okay. So the last thing I'm gonna say is there's a few books written about Aaliyah and prior to all the indictments talking about what happened. People should go look into that. I can't remember the name of the book. If I could, I will put it in the links. But a few people said that was a promotional situation because Aaliyah's stuff wasn't selling. Also, I'm still going to say accusations and rumors don't make it true. The stigma was there and it was there for anybody to then profit off of it. You know, the stigma was there. So don't just automatically see something and say, oh, he has a history of, because he doesn't have a history of, because nothing was proven. What he has is an accusation on him. So just dig deeper. There was one more thing I wanted to say. Dang, Sunshine said something that I wanted to piggyback off.
Just wave to me when you remember. Pieces,
okay.
I'm going to come to you next.
I want to first just say that I'm not against somebody being held accountable for what they have done, right? I'm not against that. But the thing is, what I can't get is how do we supposed to distinguish what's true when it's just a bunch of lies and just a sprinkle of the truth? So everybody is saying that he's a pedophile, but in the same breath, most of the women say I lied about my age. So if it's a man who preys on young underage girls, why do they have to lie and appear to be older? That's the first thing. And the second thing, when it comes to just addressing the whole Angelo and their whole situation, the trial was kind of built around her. And listening to the testimony and just listening at people who was actually there, who was reporting it daily, and then listening to the transcript reading, how did they come up with a guilty verdict when it was no proof of anything, no evidence? Everything was just hearsay. So that's my issue. And with Angelo, you're going to get a different answer every time you ask him a question, because he's been on his live millions of platforms and all of that and said different things. And she said different things. On one breath, she told the truth on the stand about R. Kelly, but in another breath, she lied about the parents. That didn't happen with the parents. So it's kind of hard to figure out what's true, because I'm not against anything, people being held accountable for what they did, but it's like, how do I say he's guilty based on just rumors and allegations? And he didn't stand a chance because Surviving R. Kelly came out before he could even go to trial. We know Lifetime, everybody watched Lifetime. It's a large network. So it's kind of impossible for jurors to not know anything about the person on trial. So I just feel like the media, they didn't report both sides, and everything that the defense did, they made it seem like it was bad. They even made it seem like he referenced R. Kelly to Martin Luther King, but that wasn't even the case. So it's just like, he really, like the guy said, he didn't stand a chance. So it's just like, just because people, believe and say he's been accused of things in the past, does that make it right for all these women to come and lie on him today and he go to prison for something that he didn't do? If the justice system failed people in 2008, I don't feel like he should be held accountable for something he didn't do when women is knowingly lying. They almost impeached Azriel's testimony. Like, they had the transcripts and everything. I'm all for right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just feel like,
I'm gonna let me let somebody else come on.